Let me ask you something. Think of a decision you made in the last month. A purchase, a commitment, a conversation where you said yes when part of you wanted to say no. Now ask yourself honestly, was that entirely your idea, or did someone somewhere build a path that you just happened to walk down? Because here's the thing, there is a playbook. It's not written in any one book, and nobody hands it to you. But it exists. And the people who know it, whether they learned it consciously or absorbed it from years of watching the world, they move through life with an invisible advantage. Today, I'm going to show you that playbook. Not so you can use it to take advantage of people, but because the best defense against being influenced is understanding exactly how it works. Knowledge is the only real armor here. So let's talk about the 7 dark secrets of psychological influence. And let's be honest about all of it. Secret 1: manufactured scarcity. There's something hardwired in the human brain that makes us want things more the moment we think we can't have them. It's not greed, it's survival instinct dressed up in a suit. Think about the last time you rushed to buy something because a timer was counting down, or you said yes to a plan because someone casually mentioned others were interested too. That urgency you felt, it wasn't organic, it was engineered. When someone controls the perception of availability, of time, of access, of opportunity, they control your decision-making. They make you act before you think. And the trick is that the scarcity is rarely real. It's a frame placed around something ordinary to make it feel extraordinary. Once you know this, you start seeing it everywhere. In sales, in relationships, even in conversations where someone says, "I've only got 5 minutes," just to make you feel lucky they're talking to you at all. Secret 2: social proof as a silent weapon. Humans are wired to look sideways before they look inward. When we don't know what to do, we watch what everyone else is doing and assume they've figured something out that we haven't. Someone who understands this will always make sure you know other people are already on board. Everyone's doing this. 10,000 people signed up last week. These aren't facts being shared, they're pressure being applied. The reason it works is that it bypasses logic. You stop asking, "Is this right for me?" and start asking, "Why am I the only one not doing this?" That shift in question is everything. The antidote is simple but hard. Pause and ask whether the crowd's choice actually applies to your situation. Because often it doesn't. The crowd is just a costume someone else is wearing to make their idea look bigger than it is. Secret 3: the foot in the door trap. Nobody walks up to a stranger and asks for their life savings, but they might ask for $1. And once you've given the dollar, something shifts inside you. You've said yes, you've made a small commitment, and now your brain starts working to stay consistent with that version of yourself, the person who says yes to this. Each small yes makes the next yes easier, until you're agreeing to things you never would have considered at the beginning. Sales professionals use it, recruiters use it, people in personal relationships use it too, sometimes consciously, sometimes not. The moment to catch it is at the very beginning. Before you say yes to something small, ask yourself, where does this path lead? Because sometimes that first small step is the most important decision you'll ever make. Secret 4: emotional anchoring. Logic is slow, emotion is fast, and anyone who wants to influence your behavior knows that if they can get you feeling something, fear, excitement, guilt, belonging, your rational mind gets sidelined almost immediately. Emotional anchoring is the art of attaching a powerful feeling to an idea before you've had the chance to examine it. A speaker who opens with a heartbreaking story isn't just sharing, they're setting an emotional temperature in the room. Once you're inside that temperature, everything else they say feels warmer or colder relative to it. It's not always malicious, but it becomes manipulation when the emotion is manufactured or used to prevent critical thinking about something that deserves scrutiny. The tell is timing. When someone leads hard with emotion before offering any substance, ask yourself, what is the emotion hiding? Genuine ideas can survive a clear-eyed look. Weak ones need the fog. Secret 5: strategic flattery and the reciprocity trap. Here's something uncomfortable. Most of us are terrible at receiving compliments without feeling obligated. Someone says something kind about you, and part of your brain immediately starts calculating what you owe them. People who understand this will give before they take. They'll compliment you, help you with something small, do you an unsolicited favor, not necessarily out of generosity, but to create a sense of debt. The flattery version is particularly subtle. You're the only person I trust with this. I knew you'd understand. You're smarter than most people. Statements like these don't just make you feel good, they make you feel responsible. Now, saying no feels like letting down someone who believed in you. Recognizing this doesn't mean becoming cynical about every kind act. It means noticing when appreciation arrives just before a request. That timing is the fingerprint. Secret 6, gaslighting, the reality distortion field. This one is darker than the others, and it deserves to be named clearly. Gaslighting is when someone causes you to question your own perception of reality, your memory, your feelings, your judgment, until you start relying on their version instead. It rarely starts dramatically. It begins with small corrections. That's not what happened. You're too sensitive. You always misremember things. Over time, these accumulate. You start distrusting your own instincts. You become dependent on their version of events. The clearest sign isn't any single incident. It's a pattern where you consistently leave conversations feeling confused about your own experience. Journaling, talking to people outside the relationship, trusting your gut when something feels repeatedly off, these are your defenses. Your perception of reality deserves to be taken seriously. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. Secret 7, the illusion of choice. And here we arrive at perhaps the most elegant technique of all, giving someone a choice, except both options lead to the same place you wanted them to go. Would you prefer to meet Tuesday or Wednesday? The assumption buried in that question is that you're already meeting. The only thing being decided is when. This works because choice feels like freedom. When we feel like we're choosing, we feel autonomous, and we're far less likely to resist. But if someone else wrote the menu, the freedom is an illusion. The way out is to recognize that you are always allowed to rewrite the question. Actually, neither Tuesday nor Wednesday works, and I'm not sure I've agreed to this meeting at all. Stepping outside the frame someone has built for you is one of the most powerful things you can do.